Welcome back to Forbidden Knowledge News. I'm your host, Chris Matthew. I have a fun show tonight. Tonight I have psychic, medium, channel, ET communicator, and educator, Cassandra Vanzant. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
Very good. Welcome to the show, and thank you for taking the time to join us.
Thank you for having me on, Chris. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, and you actually did a reading for me a couple of weeks ago, and I just have to say that it was excellent. I'd never had a reading before. I didn't know what to expect, and you kind of blew my mind. It was great. So I want to thank you for that.
I am glad. I just, there's always a reason for something.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it was great. So before we get too far into this, let's start with, how did it start for you? How did you come about these abilities? Is it something you just realized, or did something happen? Let's tell me all about that.
Well, let's say something happened, because when I was 29, I was in a car wreck in which I died. So with this near-death experience, I came back pretty changed, changed for the better. I mean, I had no idea what was going on, but I just knew that I could talk to other people that weren't here. You want me to tell you about my near-death, how that happened?
Yes, please. Tell me all, like the whole story, definitely.
Okay. It was actually Thanksgiving, and we were driving, and my husband at the time happened to be highly intoxicated, and he decided to turn in front of a car at an intersection. And when he did that, the car hit my side, and immediately, this was before you had to wear seatbelts, immediately I'm thrown up and through the windshield, and then apparently I came back again, and then I was crushed in between the cab, or underneath the dash, and on the floor.
Oh my God.
So when I hit the windshield, everything went black. So this is what they told me afterwards, what had happened. They had to cut me out of the truck because it was just so mangled. And when I got to the hospital, the only thing that I remember is I was at the hospital, and I was still in the ambulance, and they pulled the gurney out, and it jostled me a little bit. I remember opening my eyes and then closing my eyes again and just going away. And the next thing was when I opened my eyes for a little bit, and I was in a room by myself, and I had a sheet over my head. And I remember just opening my eyes and seeing this white, knew it was a sheet. And then the most wonderful, easy thing happened. I exhaled instead of inhaled. And when I exhaled, my spirit came out of my body. So that soul, that spirit that we have, just exited through my mouth. And I remember I'm hovering above my body, and I am this ethereal, ghost-like substance. And I looked down at my body, and I kind of went, I wasn't freaked out. I wasn't upset about it. I just looked at it and said, well, so much for that. And so what I did was I started floating through the floors of the hospital. So as I start to float through different floors, I'd go through all the wires and everything. Then I'd come up on a floor, I'd peek around, then I'd go and keep moving until I ended up on the hospital's roof. And this was at night, and I remember I'm hovering on top of the roof, and I'm looking around. Everything was it was kind of in slow motion, but not, because I would look around and then my hair would follow me, and I'd be, just looking. And I remember looking up at the stars, and I remember thinking, I didn't say anything, I just thought it. I thought, I want to be there. And the next thing I knew, I was. So I was up in this cosmic, wonderland, and I'm kind of looking around again, stars, darkness, and I thought, this is really cool. And then all of a sudden, to my left, there appeared a door. And when I looked over there, a man, an older man, walked out of the door. He was dressed in old clothes. I'd say like in Egyptian times is what I'm going to say. And he came up to me and he said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Yes." I said, "But I'm dead and I need to find God, so, hurry it up." He said, "Don't worry." So before I saw him, I knew I was dead, and I was looking around going, "God, where are you? I know I'm dead." And I'm thinking this. And then he came out. So I went into the room that was behind that door that just appeared, and I started talking to this person. Later on, I found out this was my spirit guide, one of my spirit guides, one of many spirit guides. And then in the room at the next corner was an angel. And this angel looked like what you would depict them now. Had the big wings and white, beautiful, just a wonderful, loving presence. So I went over to my angel and I started talking to my angel. And then in the next corner was my ET. So I walk over there, floated over there, and I started talking to my ET. So I'm done, right? And
Now, can
I
you
said,
describe what these entities look like, the angel and the ET?
well, the angel was just like what you would normally think of a likeness of an angel. Big wings, white dress, long dress, beautiful, just beautiful, emanating from the inside out. I mean, very beautiful. What I noticed most about her, and I'm going to assign her a gender, was the love that you felt. So it wasn't so much the outside as what was coming from the inside out. And then the ET, this person he was a dark greenish brownish. Okay, it's kind of weird, but it was also a shimmered. So there's a shimmering to this. The large eyes, but it didn't look like what you would typically refer to as like a gray, your typical ET, because this one almost had an armor type on. So it was, I don't want to say scales because I don't want to refer to it as like from a reptilian type of race. But that's all I remember of this person. So I finished talking to everyone, and then my guide, I said, "Okay, now I'm done. Now I have to go because I'm dead and I have to find God." And he said, "Fine, go ahead." So I walk out of this door and I start to travel up. And I'm traveling, and all the time I'm traveling, I'm thinking, "God, I'm dead. Where are you?" And to say I'm dead was no big deal. It wasn't like I was freaking out. It was just, yeah, I'm dead. Where are you? So I started traveling up more and more, and then I saw this green emerald tunnel. And I was on my way that way anyway, so I started to go up more, and I'm enveloped in this green emerald glow. And it was almost like it wrapped its arms around me, and it was just a color, but it felt so wonderful and so nurturing. And then I later find out green is the color of healing. So I'm going through this green emerald tunnel, and I get done with that, and I just keep floating, and I'm looking up, and I remember still thinking, "God, where are you?" And then I saw it. I saw this little speck of brilliant white light. And so I started heading for it. And I'm heading for it, and it's getting closer and closer. And then the light just engulfs me. I go into this light. And I found out God is not an old man sitting on a throne. God is energy. And that's what this white light was. It was the God energy. So I go into this energy, and I started having a conversation with God. And the only thing that I remember about all of this are the things that I had told you. You know, I spoke with my guide, my angel, my ET. Then I'm speaking with God. I cannot remember the particulars of what we spoke about. But the only thing that I remember when I asked God, I'm having a conversation with him, I remember saying, "Can I stay?" And then I heard these two words that were so loving, but so irritated me at the same time. And the words were, "Not yet." And the minute I heard "not yet," I slammed back down into my body. And when I did, I mean, I slammed into it. I jumped when I went back into my body. And that there happened to be a nurse walking by at the time. And, you know, it's like, oh, well, we got to get her, you know, into the ER because I'm not dead. So as soon as I slammed back into my body, oh my God, the pain that I felt was unreal, because I had gone through a windshield. I'd been crushed under a dash, and, you know, I had been cut out of it. So, I mean, I was in a lot of pain. And I remember lying there thinking, can we talk about this? And then, you know, then they rushed me in there, started sewing me up and everything, and that was it. So they kept me overnight, believe it or not. I didn't have insurance at the time, so they sewed me up, kept me overnight, then I went home. But from that moment on, I started having telepathic conversations with my guides. And it was natural. It was very natural, because what I was doing when I was dead, without speaking, you're speaking with your mind, which is telepathic. So mind-to-mind communication. So when I came back, I still had that. I was still connected. And it was extremely natural. I didn't tell anyone about it. You know, this was my, you know, my thing. You know, I would be talking to these guides. I would ask them who they were. You know, I would ask all sorts of questions. And I knew that what I was going through was exactly the same thing as when I was dead. So, needless to say, that started the whole thing. And it was many years later. And the interesting part about it was I started speaking with my guides first. And then about a year or two later, I was introduced to angels. And then about 20-something years later, I'm introduced to my ETs. So it went in succession, the way I met each one of these. And when I started to speak with my guides and my angels, and again, keeping it to myself, I had a dear friend that I would tell her. She was the only one I told that I did this. And so she said, well, I wonder if you can get a message for me regarding this. And what I was picking up was not guides and angels. Sometimes it was, but it was information from her people. So people who had passed on, people who were there to guard and guide over her, you know, whoever it was, because she was the person that would always ask the questions, you know, who are you talking to? What is this? What is that? And I would always just say, I don't know. It's just coming from, you know, a good source, and this is what they're saying. So later on, I had to hone in on this, because some people will say, you know, I want to talk to my Aunt Mary. Well, sometimes Aunt Mary doesn't want to talk. And whatever it is that you need will come from someone else. You know, so it just all depends. when I use the term medium, I use this as, someone is, I'm going to tap in to whoever this person is looking for. And if I get them, then great. I'm using that skill, and they're talking to me and they're giving me information about what's going on with these people. Some are very vocal, some are very quiet, some are very angry. It just all depends on what's going on. So I always say, whoever's here for their best and highest good to come through. I don't put this pressure, it's like it has to be this person, because this person may have already reincarnated and is not even there yet, or still. Or if someone has just passed on, sometimes it's hard to connect with them because they're confused. They have no clue where they are. They don't know what's going on, and they acclimate themselves. So it just all depends on what's going on with that person. But when they do come through, they come through very clearly, and their personalities are still intact. I have a lot of people that their grandmas, boy, they want to tell them something. And I think you had asked me, like, what are the best readings, and I think that's one of them. When these people, when their loved ones come through and they still have these personalities and they have something to tell people, and they're like, you need to listen. This is what's going to happen, or you need to do this, or something like that. But those are the most fun. And
Now, how is it that the spirit world and the world of extraterrestrials, it seems to be connected in some way? Is it that they have a way of tapping into this realm, the extraterrestrials?
Tapping in through telepathic means. So when I speak to my people, as I refer them to, they're speaking to me telepathically. I mean, I don't see them. I see them in my mind, in my third eye, but I don't see them visibly. I don't hear them audibly, but I'm tapping in telepathically. Telepathic communication is like one of the most natural communications. That's how we all started, until we decided to use words. And what words do, they muddle things, they manipulate things, they hurt people, they whatever it is. But when I'm having telepathic communication, especially with my guides, my angels, my ETs, it's pure communication. So there is nothing in there that I'm trying to manipulate them, they're trying to manipulate me. I mean, there's no hey, you look really good today. There's nothing like that. It's just, what is the question? And here is the answer. Or they're saying, you really need, you're doing a good job. You need encouragement. Whatever it is that I need from them. When I'm tapping into the ETs, they had me start to draw their images. So when I started to do that, I would just sit down. One day they said, you need to draw us. I said, fine. I had gone out to buy art supplies because nothing I did on a regular basis. And when I did that, I said, okay, what do I do? So what I did was I just started to let my hand move. And then while I'm doing that, I have no clue what these people are going to look like, but they finish the image. And while I'm drawing, they tell me who they are, where they're from, anything else that, somebody needs to know. So they'll fill in the blanks, but I have no idea who I'm drawing or what that race looks like until I'm done.
What kind of information are the ETs giving you versus the spirits? Is it a different type of information? Is it more specific, or is it about our world? What type of information?
A lot of the information that I get, especially when I do a blog on my website, and it is called the Cynthia Chronicles. And what this blog is about is, Cynthia Crawford was a dear friend of mine, and I don't know if you've heard of her or not, but she was the ET sculptor. So she would sculpt their images. and she passed a couple of years ago. So I connected with her, and then, you know, she's saying certain things that are happening. I'm not saying she's an ET, but she's giving me what she knows that is going to come about or going to occur. So that's how I tap in for future references. But it just comes to me. I don't sit there and say, okay, I need to know this, this, and this. Whatever it is that mankind, humanity, starseeds need to know, then they'll write about it, which it's not. These blogs are not very long, but they're very short and sweet. You know, they give a little bit of what it's like to be there. You know, because I'm talking to Cynthia, and she's giving me the information about what it's like to be there, and then she's also letting me know these are the things that are going to be coming up. So she does. It's not prophecy. It's just, you know, expect this. This is going to be happening. And I think the last one that I did last month, it had to do with disclosure, what was coming up soon. Like I can't even remember, because what I do is when I'm typing this, I'm channeling it, if you want to say, and it just comes in and it goes out. And unless I go back and read everything, I can't really remember everything that was written about. But I do think it was about the disclosure or seeing signs or something like that. But I encourage you, and if you want to look at it, anyone else, just go to my website and go to the blog and read the back issues.
You know what kind of races that you're in contact with? Have they named themselves specifically?
Yeah, well, benevolent races for sure. I mean, that's the only races that I deal with. And then what had happened was when I was drawing them, they were naming their race, and I've drawn more than 37 of them. But what I did was I took the races, the drawings, and I made a deck of cards out of them. So I have like 37 different races in these cards, and I call them message cards because they're oracle cards. You get a message from that. So there's all different types of races that are there, and people, they'll come to me, well, where am I from? And I'll get whatever it is that I am getting from their people, and then they'll say, but I looked it up and I can't find anything like that. And it's like, not everything is on Google. You asked, here it is, this is what they said, and I never question when I get something. It's the same thing with readings. I just give people what I get. I never question it. Whoever's there for the best and highest good is coming through and giving me these answers. Even though I do use tools at times with readings, like I'll use the tarot, I'll use angel cards, I'll use whatever. When I'm using those tools, the information that comes through is combined. So I'll get information from these people, I'll be looking at the cards, I'll get a focus, and then I get the information that I need.
So you can get messages from ETs and spiritual or angelic entities at the same time or during the same reading?
Yeah, it all depends on what the person is there for. So, some people, they want to schedule an ET reading with me, which that just totally focuses on their ET family, their origins, the questions that they have for them, everything that they need to know, what their purpose is, why they're here, what's going on in their life, so they can get that's individual. Or if they're just wanting a psychic reading, So whoever comes through, but it all depends on what I get. You know, I'm an ET reading, I'm focused on the ETs. And I will have, because they're sometimes very wordy, I will have somebody to write questions, at least 10 questions. What do you want to know from your star family? And then I will channel it before the session, because believe me, they can get wordy. So I'll sit there and I'll type all the answers out, and then we'll go over that. But then I will also give them message in the galactic language. So their ETs come through with their language, whatever it is that they're speaking, and that resonates with that person. It's almost like when they hear it, it opens up that part of them that's been dormant for a long time. So some of us have, I'm what they call a late bloomer. I mean, I've had experiences a lot, but to actually know that the ETs are real and there's a part that I'm playing in this to help other people, to open them up, that's my part right now. So I look at it like I will give them their answers. I will speak in the galactic language, and that galactic language opens that part of them to be able to receive more, so they can connect with their people. They don't have to go through me.
Very interesting. Now, have you ever had any negative entities or ETs attempt to contact you?
No. It's like people ask me, how do I know I'm speaking to my guides or my angels or my ETs or somebody who has passed over? How do I know I'm speaking to them? The only thing that I could say is the reason I know is because of the vibration. So each person, each entity, each spirit has a different vibe that can't be covered up. So if a negative, because I always call in for the best and highest good to come in, all others stay away. I'm not dealing with tricksters or with people who want to put false information into somebody's, life. I always call in for these people who are best and highest good. And that's one of the things that I really encourage when I'm teaching someone how to hone in on their telepathic abilities, or even how to, utilize their psychic abilities. I always teach them, make sure that you call in those people who are here for your best and highest good, because when you're reaching out, there's a lot of entities that are floating around and want something to do. Or maybe that's their whole job, their whole purpose is to throw you off track. So you speak it, and it's so. It's the biggest thing that you could do that will really, really help your life when you're doing this. Always protect yourself, always.
Very good. Now, I thought it'd be really fun tonight if I got some of my subscribers to call in, and you could do a few brief readings if you're up to it.
That's what I do.
So I'm going to go ahead and get one of them on the line, and we can start doing some readings.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. You're on Forbidden Knowledge News. What's your name?
I am Jeanette from the Bay Area, California.
Hello, Jeanette. I thought you could ask a couple of questions to Cassandra. So what's your first question?
Hi, Cassandra.
Hi, Jeanette.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. My question is, I would like to know if there is a message for me from someone on the other side, a family member, a spirit guide, but the criteria would be, it would be a message from someone who cares about me and not my mission on the planet.
Okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Message from her. Jeanette. Oh, you are being guided. That's for sure. Look inside. Okay, I'm going to give you kind of specifics, but not, because you definitely are being guided. Let me put it to you that way. So whatever it is that you're seeking and you're searching, they're saying that you are the one, either you're creating something, you are looking in a lot, so you're doing some type of awareness or meditation or whatever, but they're also saying that what's coming to you is a whirlwind of change. And this change is going to happen because you are aware. You're pulling back the veil, so to speak. So you're looking and you're saying, you know what? I know that there's something more out there. And if there's something more out there that I want it. I want to transform. Because I see a lot of what's going on with you is transformation. And this transformation is going to bring you a lot of, like, you're walking on top of the world. So it's like success. You're going to come through whatever is leading and guiding you right now with flying colors. But whatever you're doing, it's coming to you quickly. Do you have a birth month coming up soon?
No.
Okay, whatever you're doing, it's like the wheel is spinning and you're on it, and you got to know that when you're asking, you're sitting there saying, hey, I really need some help. And you're looking to those people that loved you here on this earth. They're saying they're there. And all you have to do is say, I need your help, show me and guide me, because you're being led and guided very, very, how do they want to put it? It's like pinpoint. You're on point. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and things are coming up very quickly. I just keep getting a big change for you, Jeanette. I mean, it's like this whirlwind, but it's very structured. It's very calm in the center, but there's a lot of stuff going on around you.
Okay, good. Yeah, that sounds about right. And thank you for that. And I have a second question, if you're able to answer it as well.
We'll see.
Okay. I would like to know about a very happy time I had when I was incarnated, not on this planet, and it could be a human form, it could be maybe even partly ethereal, but I want to hear about a really, really happy time that I had on another planet, something other than Earth, where it was really happy, and if you can even describe what that was like and maybe what I was doing.
The only thing that I could describe it as is what I'm seeing is the word imp comes to mind, fairy-like, having a very light-hearted experience, but there's something about where you were, nothing about it was dull. Everything around sparkled. So this was something that, every sparkles here, sparkles there. But I feel that your role in that was not so much to do a lot of, you weren't there to work, you weren't there to be a part of something, you were there to exist for other people. So your role was to bring light to other people in that time. And I'm not sure what you did or where it was, but you just brought a big happy sparkle. I mean, there's a lot of people around now that really like sparkly things and can look at it and say, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because whatever my light shows, then it shines for other people. But you were there to help other people. So whether you help a lot in this lifetime or not, you know, you're in that helper mode. This is something that's brought down from the other one.
Thank you. That was dead on.
Okay, thank you.
Very
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Thank you so much,
Dead
Jeanette.
on. Yeah, thank you. So have a lovely evening, and I guess I hang up now?
Yeah, you can hang up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
You too.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Forbidden Knowledge News. What's your name?
Hey, my name's Hewitt.
Hey, Hewitt. We got Cassandra here. She's here to answer a couple of questions if you got any, so feel free.
Okay. Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, I was just wondering, so, you know, I'm in my mid-30s now and, you know, have a decent little job and everything, and never had a family or anything, though. I was wondering maybe if you could tell me if, you know, that was ever in the cards for me, or if I should just kind of maybe just focus on my career more than trying to pursue having a family with somebody.
Okay, just a minute. Nice to meet you, Hewitt. So will
Thank you.
Hewitt be having a family soon? 30s. Okay, Hewitt. Let me ask you this. First of all, are you planning on making a move or anything in the near future, or thinking about it?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Not far, but yeah.
Okay. Guess what this is going to do? I'll tell you.
Okay.
This is going to bring you that happiness. So in answer to your question, I feel what's happening is the universe is saying we need to get out of this area. We need to get out of bad memories. We need to get out of the old. We're stuck in this in order to bring in the new. Because I feel that what you're doing is you're getting over whatever was, you know, we all have baggage. You know, so you're getting over, you're, you know, closing out the old and you're bringing in the new. And I feel this move is really, really going to help you. You know, emotionally, spiritually, physically, everything is going to help you, because that's when things are going to start opening up. And I do see you with the happy family, with children, at least 2, and I do feel that you're going to find this love really soon. And what they're telling me is that come the fall months, especially in October, is when you're going to be finding who you're supposed to be with and what you're going to be doing in your life, because there's more to life than work, is what they're saying. You have, you know, you have the wherewithal, you're comfortable enough, but there's more to life than work. So I'm not saying for you to look at October and look at everybody that you see around there. I'm saying starting the fall months is when you put this out, you know, a vibe, and you say, I'm ready for it because I've changed things in my life, and watch it come to you.
Well, that was actually pretty good. I didn't expect that. Yeah, because it was kind of crazy, because I was actually talking to a couple of my friends very recently about maybe moving closer to my job and wanting to get out of the area I'm in, because I just felt like the area I'm in was just kind of like not a lot holding me there, and I was just kind of tired of it, and I feel like it was like a lot of negative energy there. So
baggage.
Exactly.
Yep. So
wow,
get out of it.
I think I think that probably helped sway my decision there. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it'll work. It will work really well for you.
Great.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much,
Thanks.
Hewitt.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I love my job. I love it.
Hello, you're on Forbidden Knowledge News.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Kim.
Hey, Kim, how you doing tonight? Go ahead and ask
I'm doing
Cassandra a couple of questions if you have any.
Okay, hi, Miss Cassandra.
Hi, Kim.
Hi. I wanted to ask some questions about my marriage.
Okay.
I'm having some thinking about maybe not carrying on with it and moving in a different direction, and just wondering if you see anything with that.
Okay. Let's see, Kim. What should you expect from this? I mean, what is the outcome? Is that what you want to know?
Is something I should even do? What would the out? Just I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. If you decided to sever the relationship, would you feel that you're taking care of yourself that way?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, the only reason I ask that is because I feel that right now you're not getting that nurturing from the relationship, the thing that you need. And with that being said, I feel someone who is very selfish. They want things their way, and you're being left out in the cold. So it all depends on what you're looking at. Do you want to be good to yourself, be kind to yourself? And if you do, then to sever and to, could just be a trial separation too, to bring you back into balance to see what you're supposed to be doing. I feel that would not be a bad thing for you.
Okay. And I have another question. There's always been someone, we've never gotten together or anything like that, but someone that since I've known him, I've always, like, if we would have met before I was married, that he was the right person for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything with that?
Okay. Can you give me his first name or not?
Joseph. I can give you his first name. It's Joseph.
Okay, Joseph. Okay, let's see. So you want to see if anything should come out of this?
Yes.
All right, Joseph and Kim. Would that be a good thing? What comes out of it? Joseph and Kim. What they're telling me, and I'm assuming that you would do this anyway, but this is just a heads up. I feel that what would come out of this would be it's like you're a winner, but to get with this person after you make a decision about what to do with your doing now. So
Okay.
what I'm saying is, don't play both sides right now. Just say, I'm just going to cut this off. I'm going to have a separation, or I'm going to do something like that. Because one thing needs to be totally done and over with before the next thing can happen. But I do see a victory with that person. I really do.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Hello, welcome to Forbidden Knowledge News. What's your name?
Hey, how you doing? This is Robert Lefnichuk.
Hey, Robert. You got a couple of questions for Cassandra?
Well, do I have a couple questions? Yeah. I'm just kind of curious as to where you see my life going here in the next couple of years as far as health-wise.
Okay, your life and health-wise. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what you're doing here, Robert. What does Robert need to know about his health in the next couple of years? Okay, the first thing that I get, Robert, is they're telling me that you need to cut something out. And cut something out means anything that you are tied to, that you might feel a loss, but it's really not a loss. I get a lot of challenges here, but the challenges are not to where you are going to be incapacitated. Okay, so I don't want to say that you're going to be bedridden, because I don't see that at all. I just feel cut something out, and for some reason they're also telling me that it's like you're defending whatever it is that you want to do. So you're defending your action, when inside you know that you need to cut it. You need to get out and exercise and walk. You need to um, stop smoking, stop drinking, or whatever the deal is. But whatever you find that you're defending, you need to look at that. And when you do that, then that's when you start to come alive, more alive, and you will feel content. And so, if you start right now, you're going to be good to go within the next couple of years, is what you're asking about. And it's good. It's like your second chance, your second childhood. You're going to feel younger. You're going to feel like, yep, I can do anything that I want within reason. But you're going to be looking at it like, all right, fine. I'll just try it and see what happens.
You know what? I think we lost Robert there. I think he hung up. Hey, Robert, we lost you there for a second.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, everything just went blank on me here. So,
Okay, what was the last you heard?
but I'm back. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear a whole lot.
Okay, well,
there's going to be some challenges in the next couple of years, but nothing too serious. And
all right, well,
then everything went dark on me.
If Cassandra doesn't mind, we can just get that answer again.
Okay, so you heard most of it then, because when I was talking about the challenges, it's nothing that you can't handle. But they're saying that whatever it is that you need to do, you need to cut it out now. So anything that you're defending, that oh well, I could still do this or do that, it's no big deal. If you find yourself defending something that is not going to be good for your health, then you need to step back and look at it, or you might want to step back and look at it. And that's when you start it now, then in a couple of years from now, you're going to be good to go.
Oh, I guess we lost him again. Well, hopefully he heard that. I'm pretty sure he did. So
okay.
Let's see if we can get the next one. Hello, you're on Forbidden Knowledge News. What's your name?
Matthew.
Hey, Matthew. You have a couple of questions for Cassandra?
Yeah.
Hi,
Go ahead.
Matthew.
Hi.
What's your question?
I was, I guess, just wondering where my life's going. I'm getting ready to get married. I have a kid. I'm buying a house.
Okay, so what I'm going to look at is where's it going from here? What's going to be coming into your life? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Matthew. Congratulations on your upcoming marriage. Let's see what's coming up. What's coming up in Matthew's life? What can he expect ahead? When's your birth month, Matthew?
August.
Okay. Looking at things together. Okay. And your bride's first name?
Sierra.
Okay, the only reason I ask that because I feel that what's coming up is you two doing something together that would, it's almost like a partnership, a business. You're on the same page about something. You get out, you participate. I keep getting a participation thing. Because you're looking at making plans. So when you say what's coming up in your life, I look at it like what's coming up in both of your lives, because now that you are, committing and connecting to each other, this is not about you, Matthew, so much as it is about both of you completing each other. I don't know what you're going to be doing, but you've named off all the material things that you have in life, and then you have a child too, but the material things are nothing compared to how you're both going to grow. And I don't want to say spiritually, because it has nothing to do with spiritually. It has to do with your whole completion together. So you're together for a reason, and what are you going to do with it? And that's what I feel you're going to be getting into something, and the word participating just keeps flashing in my mind. So are you planning on doing anything like this?
I've had the thought for a long time of wanting to start my own business. I just never been serious about it.
Okay, well, now you got a partner, literally, and I mean literally you have a partner in marriage, and someone that can help too, because I don't feel it's all you, Matthew, and I don't know what type of business you want to get into, but whatever it is, they're saying take it slowly. Know that whatever it is that you are wanting to do, that it's right there within your reach, and all you have to do is just go for it, because you are among thousands of people that want to get out from under the grind, and there's nothing holding you back. You're the creator. I mean, I get the creator here as I did somebody else. So it's something that's coming from you that you want to. What is it that you want to do? Your business.
I honestly haven't really thought about too much about it yet. But I mean, I've just had the thought for a while. As far as a model goes, haven't really thought of a business model yet. Okay,
whatever it is, it's going to involve both of you. So you look at it like a team. You are looking at it like this is something that we both can do, we can both participate in. I don't know if it's going to be like you're going to an actual building, so you have a different business. This may be online. This may be something entrepreneurial that both of you can do. For some reason, I don't feel that you're going to start out with a store or a storefront is what I'm saying. So
okay.
Look onto things online that you both can do. She could take care of something and you could take care of something, but you still have your day job to when you know what it is, it clicks, and then you can do whatever it is that you want with the day job.
Okay.
But Sierra is a smart cookie, so she's going to help you a lot.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yes,
did you have any other? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She very much is a smart cookie.
Yeah. So take advantage of that, and you have what she needs. So it's like a perfect match.
Very good, Matthew. Did you have any other questions?
No. That answered a lot of what I had, going on.
Cool.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You have a good
You're
night.
Welcome.
You too.
All right, Cassandra. Well, that was our last caller for tonight, and that was awesome. Thank you so much for that. That was a first-time experience for me, and it was great.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad it worked out. This is what I love to do. I love to give readings.
Yeah, it was great. Now, for the last few minutes that we have, go ahead and just tell everybody again your website and how they can get in touch and exactly what you would do for them.
Okay. My website is CassandraVanzant.com. I keep it very simple. So it's Vanzant is VANZANT.com. On there you can read about me. You could read my blog. You can see my artwork, my jewelry. I make jewelry also. You can also book your own appointment from that website. So choose your time and the date, and just go ahead and book it from there, and I get notified. There's a description of the different types of readings that I do, so just choose yours. Also, I have a Patreon page, and if you go to Patreon and just put in my name, Cassandra Vanzant, it will come up with that page. And that page, I'm teaching about developing your psychic consciousness. So different ways to do this. And there's different levels on Patreon. So, the first level, beginners, and all the way up to if you want to actually do psychic readings, I teach you how to get set up and how to get started. So I have that. And then I also have a Udemy page where I am teaching about the ETs. So on that page is, ET Communication 1 and ET Communication 2. And then there is going to be a ET Communication 3 very soon. So all of the things that I'm doing, my books are on my website. If you wanted to order those, the cards that I did, the extraterrestrial message cards, you order those from me, but you can order the book through the link on the website. Get a hold of me.
Very good. And I want to thank you so much again for taking the time to... Oh, go ahead.
One last thing, very important. My YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is called Cassandra Vanzant. If you go to that, I do monthly horoscopes. So choose your sign, and I really encourage people to find out what they know what their sun sign is, the sign they were born under, but find out what your rising sign is and your moon sign, and look those up as well.
Very good. Cassandra, thank you so much. That was so fun. That was awesome. And we'll have to have you back on sometime.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much, Chris.
All right. Well, you have a great night.